Hello students, continuing with quantum mechanics. In today's lecture, we will derive a relationship between group velocity and phase velocity. Let us quickly revise. We studied about a wave packet which is consisting of waves itself having two minima and one maxima between it. So omega will be the angular frequency, k the propagation constant, and group velocity quickly will be the velocity with which this wave packet is moving forward. That will be the group velocity, Vg. It will be given by variation of angular frequency with propagation constant, d omega upon dk, and average velocity or the phase velocity or the wave velocity is the average velocity of the advancement of the individual monochromatic wave in the medium with which this wave packet has been constructed. So now this group velocity and phase velocity or wave velocity, average words get associated with this. Group means that the way it is moving, d omega by dk. Now we will derive a relationship between Vg and Vp for dispersive and non-dispersive media. So let us begin to derive the relationship. If the individual waves with which a wave packet is constructed has an average velocity or wave velocity Vp, average velocity or the wave velocity Vp, then Vp will be directly given by omega upon k, where omega is angular frequency and k is propagation constant. Now cross multiply. Omega is equal to Vp into k. For group velocity, for group, that means now it is moving in a group, the whole wave packet we have taken into consideration. For group velocity, Vg is equal to d omega upon dk. We derived this in the previous lecture. Now for omega, we will put Vpk. This we will put it here. So this expression becomes d upon dk into this omega is Vp into k. Now we will differentiate it. From mathematics, we know that when we are having to differentiate for two variables, what we do, we take first dvp by dk and the second one remains constant, plus we put this constant and we differentiate this. So using that we will first put Vp constant and dk by dk, this becomes 1, plus now we will put k constant and dvp by dk into k. So this k is becoming 1 and k is propagation constant, which is equal to 2 pi by lambda. So this expression becomes Vg, group velocity, is equal to phase velocity Vp plus this value of k we are keeping here. It becomes 2 pi by lambda into dvp upon d and k 2 pi by lambda, that is 2 pi by lambda. Now this becomes equal to Vg is equal to Vp plus 1 upon lambda into 2 pi is a constant, it gets cancelled, and we have dVp upon d into 1 upon lambda. We could cancel this 2 pi because it is a constant, so we can take it out and straight away cancel. But lambda, we are keeping it inside the differential. Now we will have to differentiate this lambda. We cannot take it a constant. So this is d into 1 upon lambda. We will differentiate this. So for differentiating this, what is the formula for d by dx of or you can say d by dx of x to the power of n is equal to nx to the power of n minus 1. So we will use that formula and we will differentiate this d by into 1 upon lambda. So d into 1 upon lambda is equal to minus 1 upon lambda square d lambda. Where did we get this from? You can use your differential formula of d by dx to the power of x to the power of minus n is minus nx to the power of n minus 1. From here we have got it. Now we will put this value here. So we get Vg group velocity is equal to Vp phase velocity plus 1 upon lambda into dVp divided by, now this will be minus 1 upon lambda square d lambda. This value we have put here. Simplifying this expression, we get it Vg is equal to Vp minus lambda dVp upon d lambda. Now have a look at this expression. This has given us the relationship between group velocity and particle velocity. Very interesting observation here to be noted is group velocity will always be less than particle velocity because of the minus sign here. So first observation, group velocity will be less than particle velocity. We can see here from this expression here. Secondly, this relationship between group velocity and particle velocity is in a dispersive medium. The medium is dispersive. It is in a dispersive medium and the wave velocity is frequency dependent. Frequency dependent, that means it is depending upon frequency, and in a dispersive medium Vg or group velocity is equal to Vp minus lambda dVp upon d lambda. Relation between group velocity and phase velocity. Now if the medium is such that in which the wave velocity is independent of frequency, in that case, when it is independent of frequency, V is equal to F into lambda. I say it is independent of frequency. So this term will become 0 when it is independent of frequency. Then V dVp upon d lambda will become 0 and this term will come out 0, and that case Vg will be equal to Vp. That means group velocity will be equal to phase velocity when it is a non-dispersive medium, or it means that this term is a constant. That is, or in free space the group velocity is equal to phase velocity, because there is nothing to disperse, everything is going constant. So in that case, non-dispersive media, Vg will be equal to Vp. Now we have studied a lot about de Broglie wavelength lambda. So what will be the relationship between wave velocity or of de Broglie waves? What was de Broglie wave? Lambda is equal to h upon p. So when lambda is equal to h upon p, that is what de Broglie wave said. So lambda is h upon p. P is momentum, that can be written as mass into velocity. K, propagation constant, is 2 pi by lambda. So K is equal to 2 pi by lambda. Now energy of a particle with which the wave is associated is given by E is equal to h mu. Here lambda can also be written as, we know the formula, V is equal to F frequency into lambda. So lambda is V upon frequency. So we can also use that expression to write it as 2 pi, and this lambda we can write h upon mv, h upon mv. So straight away this lambda we can put it from the value of de Broglie directly. So this becomes lambda is equal to h into mv. Another way of writing the expression. Now this from Einstein's expression, E is equal to h mu. So mu is equal to E upon h, and angular frequency omega is equal to 2 pi mu, where mu is the linear one. This is the relationship between the two. Putting this value of mu here, we get 2 pi E upon h. From Einstein's mass energy equation, we get E is equal to mc square and omega is equal to 2 pi mu. Instead of mu, we can also write it here from E equal to mc square. Here this value we can write omega is equal to 2 pi into E upon h. So mu is E upon h and E is mc square. So mc square upon h. This is omega. Wave velocity of phase velocity of de Broglie wave is given by omega upon k. We have already done it. So this is for the phase, not the group. So this is this. Now we will put this value of omega, this value, and k, this value. These two values we will put here. So what do we get? We get 2 pi mc square upon h divided by 2 pi m, here 2 pi m v upon h. Now note, everything gets cancelled. 2 pi m h, you are left with c square upon v. So if we can write this expression as Vp into V is equal to c square, or we can say that this total wave packet velocity can also be written as group velocity. So Vg becomes equal to Vp into Vg is c square. particle velocity will always be less than the velocity of light as we have studied, but this expression, the phase velocity of de Broglie wavelength, is coming out greater than the velocity of light. This is a contradictory statement, and this difficulty was overcome by considering that the moving particle here is associated with a wave packet. The moving particle is associated with a wave packet rather than a single wave train. And this difficulty was overcome and further expressions were derived, which we will do in the next lecture. Thank you.